You know that feeling when you first decide to learn something new? Maybe it's a language or picking up a guitar or even diving into a new career. You're super excited, right? But then, a few weeks in, bam, you're totally overwhelmed. That whiplash from exhilaration to just pure confusion, it's a universal thing. And today, we're going to unpack that whole experience. We're going to map out that entire journey for you. So, why does it feel like such a roller coaster? That's the big question, isn't it? We're going to dig into that today. And to do it, we're going to follow the journey of a student hypnotherapist. But really, this applies to any new skill you try to master. We're talking about the universal psychological ups and downs that everyone goes through. All right, so every single learning journey, no matter what it is, starts in the exact same place, the great unknown. I mean, think about those aspiring hypnotherapists from our source material. At the start, all they really knew about hypnosis was what they'd seen in movies or heard from friends. They were basically at ground zero, and they knew almost nothing. And there's actually a really cool way to map this state of awareness. It's called the Rumsfeld matrix. Now, it basically breaks down all knowledge into 4 simple boxes. You've got the stuff you know, then there's the stuff you don't know. There's also the weird one, things you actually know but don't realize you know. And then there's the big one, the most important one for anyone just starting out. And that's the things you don't know you don't know. Yep, this right here is the crucial part. For almost everyone, this quadrant is the biggest one by far. It's like this giant, hidden continent of information that you don't even know exists yet. It's the true scale of the journey you're about to embark on. But then, after you've learned just a little bit, something really strange happens. Your confidence doesn't just grow a little. Oh no, it skyrockets. I mean, it goes through the roof, often to a place that's, well, dangerously misleading. And this, my friends, is where you begin your climb up what's lovingly called Mount Stupid. Okay, to really get this, we've got to look at the 4 stages of learning. So you start at stage 1, unconscious incompetence. Basically, you don't know what you don't know. Then you learn a little and you hit stage 2, conscious incompetence. Now you're aware of what you suck at. And yeah, the goal is to get to competence, but here's the kicker. Our confidence doesn't follow this nice straight line. It takes this crazy U-shaped detour. Oh yeah, this whole phenomenon has a name, and you've probably heard of it. It's the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's this wild cognitive bias where just a tiny bit of knowledge makes us feel like we're way more of an expert than we actually are. I mean, look at the graph. Your confidence shoots up to this massive peak, while your actual competence is, well, it's still way down at the bottom. It's the reason why your friend who just started baking suddenly thinks they're ready for a TV show. And this is that peak. After you've picked up just a few key ideas, your confidence just soars. You get this false sense of mastery, you feel like you've got it all figured out, and you're ready to share your expert opinion on everything. You, my friend, have officially planted your flag on the summit of Mount Stupid. But here's the thing about that peak. It's not stable. Not at all. And what comes next is a dramatic and, yeah, often painful turning point. It's the exact moment your puffed-up perception smashes head-on into the cold, hard reality of just how complex this thing really is. And when I say collision, I mean a crash. After that brief, glorious time at the top, feeling like you've cracked the code, it hits you. You suddenly see the true depth of the subject, and your confidence doesn't just dip, it plummets. It takes a nosedive straight down into what's called the Valley of Despair. And this is the Valley of Despair. Your confidence is at rock bottom. Why? Because it's suddenly crystal clear that there is a massive amount more to learn than you ever imagined. And honestly, this is a super critical moment. This is the point where a lot of people just feel completely overwhelmed and think, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. They're tempted to just give up. So how do you climb out of that valley? Well, the climb back up isn't powered by that same old blind confidence. No. This time, it's powered by something else entirely, humility. This right here, this is where the real work begins, the slow, deliberate, and truly authentic journey toward actual expertise. And I think this quote from John Ruskin just nails it. Humility isn't about doubting yourself or thinking you're no good. Not at all. It's about having a realistic, grounded understanding of what you can actually do, while also knowing how much more there is to learn. It is the absolute opposite of arrogance. So the real key to making this climb is developing something called confident humility. And that is the absolute sweet spot. It's about being secure enough in the skills you do have to actually take action while also staying humble enough to know your limits and keep your mind wide open to learning more. Let's break this down a bit. If you look at this grid, right? High self-belief but low confidence in your actual skills, that gets you arrogant and confidence. Now the flip side, low self-belief but high confidence in your tools or methods, that can lead straight to imposter syndrome. The goal, the place we all want to be, is that bottom right box, high self-belief and high confidence in your methods. That's where you find confident humility. Okay, so as you keep climbing with this new mindset of confident humility, you eventually get to a place called the plateau of sustainability. This is where your confidence finally lines up with your actual competence. It feels great. But here's the secret. The journey doesn't stop here, not even close. Because right on this plateau, you've got a choice to make between two totally different identities. The first is a fixed identity. It says, I am an expert now. What I know defines who I am. And that way, well, that leads to becoming rigid, getting stuck. But the other choice is a growth identity. And that one says, I'm a learner. It's a lifelong commitment to being flexible and always getting better. And adopting this lifelong learner's mindset is absolutely crucial. So what does that really mean? It means accepting that it's totally okay to have been wrong. It means seeing mistakes not as failures, but as chances to learn something new. It's all about actively looking for what you don't know and being willing to change your mind when you get new information. Always keep adding new tools to that toolkit. And that really is the biggest takeaway. True mastery is not a destination you arrive at. It's not a finish line. The world is always changing, right? Neuroscience evolves. New techniques pop up all the time. The real goal is just to stay on the journey, to never stop learning, for as long as you're doing what you do. So I want to leave you with this question to think about. Look at your own life right now, your job, a hobby, any personal project you're working on. And really look at this roller coaster we've mapped out. Where are you on your journey right now? Are you maybe climbing Mount Stupid? Are you feeling stuck down in that valley? Or are you on that slow, steady path to real, humble mastery?